Kamala Harris is about as finished with Joe Biden as the rest of the country, and it turns out that the iceberg is breaking in half. The two of them hate each other, according to reports and according to people with sources inside the White House. The relationship is about to deteriorate really, really fast. Obviously, the two of them had no chemistry together. They didn't even like each other. From the outset, that's been made very clear when you look at their announcement video and their clumsy handling of so many crises. Joe Biden used Kamala as a scapegoat in order to get away from the border crisis, shoving it directly onto her. He knows how bad this is because that's what Biden did to him. He knows exactly what he was doing, and he said, Kamala, go ahead and take the L. Kamala Harris has been torn to pieces by her mismanagement of this crisis. It has been a burden around her neck and has led to a humiliating defeat after humiliating defeat. And now Kamala has a new nickname for Joe Biden because of this. Yeah, that's right. We hear rumbles from inside sources in the White House reporting from Jack Posobiec and others that Kamala and Joe hate each other and this relationship is not going well. According to Jack Posobiec on Twitter this morning, Kamala Harris, and Jack has been right on many issues inside of the Biden White House. Kamala Harris's team has a new nickname for Joe Biden and the Joe Biden White House. That nickname is the Titanic. Obviously not a great nickname, especially if you are the vice president and you are trying to work in tandem with an administration. Not great to assume that that administration is a massive boat that's going to sink on its maiden voyage. A massive boat full of well-to-do, hoity-toity, arrogant people, and it's going to snap in half upon the hitting of an iceberg. Who's the iceberg? Is it Kamala Harris? That's what people are saying. Kamala Harris is what they call her, and people are saying that she is indeed the iceberg. This leads to a chilly relationship between the two of them. You are able to see that manifest itself in multiple ways. Last week, you saw before Kamala was forced to go down to the border by President Trump, whose visit happens this week, Kamala Harris was forced to stand at the White House with Joe Biden, but she couldn't even do that. When Joe Biden announced his infrastructure deal, which is now also falling apart, Kamala Harris refused to stand next to them, to stand next to Biden, even though the White House asked her to. Instead, she lurked in a corner. We had a video on that this morning. Secondly, you have Kamala Harris getting out in front of Biden to embarrass him when it comes to the tragic and horrific collapse of the apartment building in Miami that we're learning so much about. Kamala Harris got in front of the cameras and had to remind Joe very publicly that he had forgotten to talk about the victims of this tragedy and about the federal government's offer of assistance and help on it. This was a humiliating and disgraceful move, obviously, but par for the course. With Joe Biden, what's not par for the course is Kamala Harris getting out front of it in the way and being openly defiant of the administration. She had a tepid non-border visit this weekend and was, again, generally tepid and distant, not praising the president, not trying to do her job, trying to deliver just the bare minimum because she loathes what she's doing right now. She hates her job right now, and it is showing. So, Kamala Harris's new name for Joe Biden is the Titanic. I am here for it. I will bring you all the updates as we watch this entire administration split in half. Couldn't think of better people for this to happen to. Good on you. This is what you deserve. You get what you deserve. You make these relationships in hell. Expect for hell to be brought down upon you. Yeah, it's not going to be great. We'll keep you updated and finish this video with just some of those fun clips from Kamala. Here's her embarrassing Joe Biden in front of the country and refusing to stand next to him. Watch.
I've got to get a helicopter.
One more. Mr. President,
will you travel to Florida, sir? Can we ask you about Florida, what you've learned? And what
Oh, yes, I apologize. Yes, thank you, my president. I've spoken with, coincidentally, the mayor of Miami-Dade was in my office yesterday. And I talked to her today, not about that, obviously. And so I had a long discussion with her today. I've also spoken with, we've been in contact with the Congresswoman, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who has that district. We've gotten in touch with FEMA. They're ready to go. The governor is going to have to, we can't, they're down inspecting what they think is needed. But I'm waiting for the governor to ask for declare an emergency and especially as we learn more about what the rest might happen in the rest of the building. So we are on top of it. We are ready to move from the federal resources immediately, if in fact we're asked for it. But we can't go in and do it now, but the FEMA is down there taking a look at what's needed, and including from everything from if the rest of those buildings have to be evacuated as well, finding housing for those people, making sure they have the capacity to both have a place to shelter and food to eat, et cetera. So that's underway now, and my chief of staff has been deeply involved in this from the very beginning. We got the cabinet involved in it now in terms of dealing with FEMA. We're working on it, and I made it clear. I say to the people of Florida, whatever help you want that the federal government can provide, we're waiting. Just ask us. We'll be there. We'll be there. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.